When we move abroad, we often face culture shock because everything is new and foreign, from the language to the culture to navigating work and life. But what about when we move back to our home country, either temporarily or because we're repatriating? The psychological and emotional difficulty that we face readjusting to our home culture because we've been immersed in a foreign one for so long is often referred to as reverse culture shock. And today I'm going to be talking about this as I walk down the streets of Bangalore in Cooktown. But before I go any further, let me introduce myself. My name is Naina Kaputi. I'm the founder and CEO of the Expat Woman, and I help women who have moved abroad make bold moves. So I do these walk and talk videos for YouTube where I walk around cities, towns, etc., talking about a specific topic to help expat women make bold moves. And I'm in Bangalore because my mom had to have hip surgery, and I've been experiencing reverse culture shock. I just actually came in July, but it always takes a little time for me to get used to it. And so I decided on this topic. So, coming back to reverse culture shock, the main issue is that you have changed. You have evolved because you've been adapting to a new country, a new culture, but you expect your home country, you expect your family and friends to remain the same. And that's not the case. They've changed, they've moved on. And once you understand that, it can make things a lot easier. Now, what I normally do with these walk and talk videos is once I've introduced myself, I turn the camera around so you can go along with me on these walks and get to see a bit of the city, trail, etc., that I'm walking in. So, reverse culture shock is really a transition. And like with any transition, there are challenges and there are rewards. So let's start with the rewards or the pros. For me, especially when I come back to India from the US, I always realize that things that I took for granted when I lived here, I now truly appreciate. For example, the food, the culture, the language, the sense of belonging. I no longer feel like a foreigner. I look like everyone, I blend in, I sound like everyone. I don't have an accent, or I'm not singled out because I have an Indian accent. I feel more comfortable speaking up at events, talking to people, etc. I can wear Indian clothes. And then I just love the food, something that I really miss in the US. There are Indian restaurants, there is Indian food, but it's not the same as eating it in your own country. And the affordability and the ease of things. You can hire a cook to make home cooked food for you. You can have someone clean your house. Getting transport is so easy. And again, very cheap. Ubers, auto rickshaws, they're just very affordable. And also, the other pro is that you've become more globally minded. You've become more understanding of your culture and the culture you've experienced abroad. And I think that's also huge. In terms of the challenges, there's definitely a sense of disorientation, especially the first few days when you are back or first few weeks, and a disconnect because you've had experiences, both positive and negative, exciting, not so exciting, that your friends and family may not be able to relate to. You are more globally minded now, and people who've never left your country might not think like you. They might have preconceived notions, they may not be as tolerant. And then also, you find that you're more judgmental, you're more critical. You keep comparing your home country to the country you're living in. Like in my case, the traffic here is pretty bad. Crossing the road can be a nightmare. People don't stick to their lanes. So that's a hard one for me. And also, the garbage disposal on the streets is not the best. Things take longer, but people are friendlier, more welcoming. So I might criticize, but then when I look at the bigger picture, I also see the many positives. So let's talk about how can you overcome reverse culture shock. So the first one is to accept it. That's why giving it a name is helpful. When you're feeling irritated, frustrated, disconnected, remember it's temporary and it's because you are back in your country, you're comparing it to your country of origin, etc. Be patient, it takes time. Reverse culture shock, just like culture shock, takes time. So, being patient with yourself, with your feelings, are so important. And that's why self care, taking a walk like I'm doing, going to salon, reading a book, etc., helps you relax. The next one, find your tribe. Find people who have had similar experiences to you, expats, repats, people with similar interests, hobbies, etc. Play tourist. Discover and explore landmarks, food, things that you never really paid attention to when you were living in the country. That's what I do every time I visit this country, visiting landmarks, tourist spots, new malls, taking classes. I took a pottery class, attending professional events, shopping, going to the spa, etc. So, these are just some of my tips on how you can overcome reverse culture shock. I also believe reverse culture shock is a catalyst for personal development because you are learning to bridge two cultures, two countries, or maybe even more. It improves your cross cultural communication skills, your cultural intelligence, your adaptability, resilience, your global mindedness. And so, when you look at it that way, you will, in the long run, realize all these benefits of having lived in different countries, coming back to your home country, experiencing culture shock or reverse culture shock, and learning how to deal with it. Now, if you're watching this channel for the first time, please hit the subscribe button. Please like. Let me know in the comments, have you faced reverse culture shock? What did you do to overcome it? So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.